Life Drawing by Alexander Ryshkin. Part 1. Hello. In this video lesson, we will draw a standing figure with its weight shifted to one leg, using constructive drawing principles and the knowledge of a human figure proportions to make this figure well proportioned. Here's the result that we will achieve at the end of this lesson. Let's begin. First, we mark the middle of the figure, judging its position by eye, and then this dimension can be checked using a paper band. Don't be afraid to make some misjudgments. You can always double-check measurements. The classical canon of proportions tells us that the head fits into the body exactly 8 times. However, when a figure stands in contrapposto, its height is slightly lower. To define this dimension, we divide the upper half of the body in half. This gives 1/4 of the figure. And the top quarter we divide in half once again. This is the 1/8 of the total height. The lower half of the body we also divide in half. The easiest way is to fold a piece of paper in half and mark the 1/4 mark. So, by marking this point, the middle of the figure, and the size of the head, we have several main proportions that will help us to build the rest of the body. These points are set in stone, and we will try to keep them unchanged. Another important line is the tilt of the pelvis. It is tilted in the opposite direction to shoulders. The supporting leg will never be vertical. There's always a diagonal angle. The edges of each shoulder are located on the same vertical lines as the edges of the pelvis. Here are widths of the shoulders and the pelvis. First, we measure the width of the pelvis and then compare it to the shoulders. The sequence of steps you see in this video lesson is an explanation of what is happening in a professional artist's head. It doesn't mean that every life drawing has to follow this sequence of preparatory measurements. A professional artist automatically feels these proportions without measuring them on a model. Here's another important proportion. The distance from the pit of the neck to the pubic bone is equal to the distance from the ground to the top of the kneecap of the supporting leg. It is the same distance as from the top of the kneecap to the top of the pelvis. With this in mind, we can check these proportions in our drawing.